Hello, beautiful souls. How you doing? We're in that new moon portal. The peak of it was yesterday with 3i Atlas passing its closest proximity to planet Earth. It's like a big exhale, isn't it? You know, it's that expansion and that contraction. You know, that's what we've been going through. So my energy has shifted. It shifted yesterday and it still feels like it shifted this morning. I got a lot done this morning so far. And take a quick look at my watch because I really don't look at the time a whole lot. It's 12:54 here on December the 20th, 2025. Again, these videos are timeless and they will reach you in the perfect timing from source, from your team, okay? And you will receive exactly what you were meant to receive. See, hear, feel, whatever that is, in the perfect dose, in the perfect medicine of color, frequency, energy. All right. We're still in the portal. We got the solstice coming up tomorrow. So again, please, please, please take care of self. Quit trying to take care of everything else and take care of self. Rest, reflect. You have to allow this integration to happen. And the more you resist, the more uncomfortable you may become. Okay. We talked about detox yesterday. So today we're not doing tea. We're doing, I made a tonic. I like to call my little tonics a concentrate of lemon juice, clementine juice, and I used my juicer for this, and ginger. And you can also use turmeric, and pineapple are really good anti-inflammatory. It'll also help detox and cleanse and pull that extra mucus out, but it's just nice and cozy, and it's heavy on the honey. So again, the raw honey. So this is what I'm having, kind of like my afternoon lunch, snack, whatever you want to call it. I've had watermelon today so far, and watermelon water with my greens powders and lots of hydration. So we'll see how I feel after doing this video, what I feel called to eat next. Probably some soup, maybe with a banana muffin that I made, which is Whole Foods. It's a vegan technically. And I also made some vegan monster cookies. Why? Because my inner child wants some cookies. My inner child wants some cookie monster. So I'll probably have a monster cookie too at some point, because dessert, why not? Okay. All right. So cheers. I kind of have an idea, but again, I sit down and I have an idea and I start sharing stuff from the journal or things that came through today already. And again, it's just as a conversation, and sometimes just having a conversation with the collective, you might be just needing to have a conversation. So welcome to the conversation. This is day, oh my gosh, 40. 40? Day 40 of FreQSpeak, of 111 days of sharing my raw frequency and energy with you, the beautiful collective, which I was called to do. I actually started it, I think, just before the 11/11 portal. So welcome. But know that these videos are always timeless, and you will receive them exactly when you are meant to receive them, whether it's today, tomorrow, or in the future. Because time doesn't exist. It is all a paradox, but we need to have it, just like gravity. So welcome in the source code. So welcome in the source codes. Welcome in the elementals. Thank you, source. Thank you to the elementals that share my sacred space with me. And again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I may pull a couple of cards today. We'll see. We'll see what I'm called to. But the biggest message, well, first of all, did you feel a shift? Okay. Just pause. Maybe go in and take a couple feel breaths. Did you feel different this morning? Did you feel more energized, less energized? Did you feel a shift? And a shift can feel in many ways, shapes, and forms, okay? I definitely felt a shift yesterday. I can't put human words to it. And I definitely felt a little bit more of a shift today. Again, my average 11 to 12 hours of sleep, a little bit of meditations, light language, listening to that, and then just nourishing myself with happy movies or just general podcasts and information, which I always share over on my Facebook page to help others get curious, right? It's not me trying to convince you of anything. It's just putting it out there. And if you run across a video on my page, you're like, oh, that looks curious, and you click. All right. So if something's being brought into your awareness, whether it's signs and synchronicities, numbers, animals, birds, things, whether it's in the wild, outside, on the television, in a movie, or on your feed, and you're seeing that in repetitive motion or in repetitiveness, There's no coincidence. There's no coincidences to anything, okay? So I definitely was watching a video this morning and 1044 popped up. I looked up at the clock when something happened in that video, and then I sat down to write some stuff, or I'd send a message to my significant partner, and it was 1144 here and 444 where he was at. So these are just key codes and signs and synchronicities, or me mentioning the fact that literally a spider, I don't know what type of spider it was. I don't know if it was a wolf spider. I don't usually see spiders this time of year. You know, I am a ground level apartment, so it's very common for me to have daddy long legs hanging out in the corners. But this literally, I opened my door because I was doing laundry this morning, and opened my door, and the spider is crawling across right in front of me. And I just kind of let it do its thing. Now, please look at the significance of that. The spiritual meaning behind that means you're right on. It can mean a couple different things. But if you're in resonance, the quick one I looked up was you're on path. You're on your path, you are in flow with what your destiny is, and or it could mean that there are some fears that need to be released. So it could mean a couple different things, so get curious and see what the significance of seeing spiders are. Now you're going to either physically see a spider, please don't kill it. Try not to kill these insects. I'm not going to release it outside because it's too cold. So I just let it be and let it figure out itself, and it ends up in here, that's fine. They usually do their own thing. I've been really conscious of really not trying to kill the insects, okay? And I can't release them back out because it's just way too cold, all right? So my immune boosting tonic today, I just finished my light language for the galactic chakra. So if you're curious, go check that out, or check the other videos out and see if that helps and see if that resonates. It felt like more what I kind of like intuitively get, like an information, like if I ask where this is from, or just say this is from the star mothers, the cosmic mothers. All right, and just tune in, and maybe that resonates with some of you. I'll go ahead and check that out. So in the color is like an electric violet or deep violet. So I kind of put some purple on today. Again, silver in that rainbow, that crystalline rainbow iridescent. So again, the best way for me to describe that, to give you a visual, is a bubble. What a bubble looks like in the light. Okay, at the fractals of light there. All right, I'm just going to take a look down here at my journal to see if there's anything. Oh, also, so I forgot a couple things yesterday, so maybe it was not meant to be brought up yesterday, but it's meant to be brought up today. That we had this new moon yesterday in Sagittarius. I think it was direct at 28 degrees. There's all that. If you know all the astrological stuff, great. We also have the solstice. And then on Monday is the 1222 portal, which is the master builder. So number 22 is the master builder number. So 22 is very significant. 808 on the timer, thank you, source. And I also saw 222 and 144. Like I said, 1044 and then 1144 and 444. So are you seeing these significant numbers on repeat? Okay, if you are, the best thing is I can say is there's many different definitions if you want to use on these, okay? Angel numbers is sometimes what they're also called. See where you're at in your life, see what you're thinking in that present moment if you see these numbers. And again, it's like a breadcrumb, it's like a cookie crumb, it's like a puzzle piece. It's like just to pay your attention to. Your team is trying to get your attention in some way, shape, or form. Like, what am I thinking right now? What am I feeling right now? What's going on in my life right now? Just things like that. So the number 22 is very significant. It has been for a very long time, and I didn't really understand the why behind it. And again, it's just being more aware of that, but also seeing the 111s, the 111, you know, the one sequences as well. Oh, 909, exactly, 911. So the 911, so something's coming in fast. So that could mean a couple different things. What's coming through, something's coming in fast, like that 8 of Wands energy, that Chariot energy, or it could literally mean 911. I hope that's not the case, but like I said, I had a siren, like I could hear a low toning of the fire engine pulling in close to the area. So it's that 911. Okay, so that's emergency. So hopefully, again, 944 on the timer. I don't know what that means for you specifically, but for me, it feels more like when I see 911, it means fast moving energy, not necessarily like there's an emergency, but you may resonate with there is an emergency, or there has been an emergency, or maybe the emergency is for you to wake up, get in that wake up call. It's time to wake up. All right. The other thing that I was guided to kind of mention, which is coming in now, that's it's a nice fun little trick. I've done this earlier this year, and I did it again more recently, and I meant to do it this morning when I got to bed, but I completely forgot, so I'll probably do it when I'm done. 1022, thank you, on the timer, is doors or portals. Doors are portals. Everything's a portal. You're a portal. Your chakras are portals. Everything's a portal. Flying's a portal. Traveling's a portal. You're portaling across all timelines, dimensions, and spaces, whether you realize it. So my significant partner is going through the new moon portal, but he's flying during portals. So he's flying through this solstice portal, and getting on a plane and just traveling from one destination to another is moving through a portal, whether you realize it or not. Now, so please get curious and look into that. Okay. I didn't realize this until more recently. I would say in my awareness till more recently from other channelers, just information. So a couple of fun things you can do, and just again, this is your inner child, have fun. So you can go through, let's say I use my bedroom. My foot's falling asleep, which is weird because it usually doesn't do that a whole lot. So you can go in your bedroom, close the door, and I would say maybe just, if you can, do it in the dark. If not, that's fine. Close your eyes and breathe. So center yourself into your heart space, into your 0 point. And so what I did the other day, I literally energetically connected. So the first time I did it, I just stood in the room and went through the process. I was actually guided by, it was a video I was listening to, just general information. But she is also another channel of source consciousness. So basically what I did the other day is I literally went in my bedroom. It was dark, put my hand on the door, put my hand on the door jamb, and connected to the energy. And I could just feel, connecting into my 0 point. I could feel that physically, and just consciously saying to myself, that I'm releasing what surrendering, releasing what no longer serves me. What no longer serves me is not allowed to come through into this next portal, into this next phase, into this next timeline. So basically, timeline jump, going through the portals. Remember, because it's happening all at once. And just when I felt really connected, and so I opened the door and I stepped through the portal. As I stepped through the portal, I verbalized, because I use more verbalization. You can do this telepathically or mentally. And I say, I now step into my most abundant, funnest, epicest, whatever you want to, timeline. And then, what word you want to say, I step into the most highest, most abundant timeline. And then you basically close the door behind you and walk away. So again, have fun with that. I've done this a few times, and I will continue to do that. Or just always setting that intention to step through each portal in each space, that you're stepping into the most epic timeline, into the most highest and most abundant timeline. Okay. Excuse me, and then afterwards you can say, so it is said, and so it is done, and so it is shall be. You can say, so it is uttered. There's just different words you can say, but I like to say, and 1344 on the timer. So I like to say, so it is said, so it is done, and so it shall be. Again, you can find what works for you. Okay. So that was guided to mention. I thought I was going to talk about that yesterday, and I didn't, and I forgot, and I sit down here, and now I'm reminded to mention that today. So have fun, play with that, see what happens. 1404 on the timer. All right, so it's fun. It's fun. All right, I'm hoping my leg or my foot will, literally my whole leg is asleep. There's a reason for that. I don't know what it is right now, but my foot is asleep. All right. So another thing I'm guided to talk about is the little people. Not our little people. Again, I've talked about healing your inner child. I'm talking about your little people, your children. And depending on the age of your children. So I have 2 children. One is 27, if I got her age right. I lose track. And then my grandbaby, who just turned 1 a month ago. Literally, almost a month ago. And my son, who is 12. And my son, who is 12, is on the spectrum, neurodivergent. I don't like to do labels. Like early on, before when he was diagnosed, I understand for us to understand at that point, and this is before I know everything that I know now about stuff, that was necessary for my understanding. But I really try not to label myself, label him, label his father, label anyone else that is on the spectrum, ADHD, autistic, neurodivergence, because it's such a wide range. And if you notice, there is a reason there's been a massive uptick in these diagnoses. Okay, because from what has been put into my awareness and helps me understand my son more and connect to him on a deeper level, and those others that are also out there that are functioning on a completely different level than us here in the heavier densities, or that you are, if you are still in the heavier density, is that they are functioning at a higher dimension, 4th, 5th, 6th, and higher. So what can happen, I'm just gonna, whatever streams through, what can happen is their soul can fragment, their vibration doesn't fit. It's like on a energetic frequency level, it's like an immense, like that round peg square hole concept, except for tenfold. So depending on the levels of that. Okay, so you have to understand, I don't remember the dates or the year, but there's been a major uptick, and I think my kiddo falls in that spectrum of kids that are being born